Hi, Solutionaries. Let me start with a simple question. Are you happy with the way things are? Are you satisfied with the way things are in your particular part of the world? If you're not, you've just identified one of the biggest barriers to improving things for yourself, for your community, for the world, and for the planet. It's called the status quo, the way things are, and it's a powerful force to contend with. Because it's hard to change people and organizations and governments, particularly when they're familiar with the way things are. And guess what? Most folks with status actually prefer the status quo. So the question is, what do you want to do about it? I'm John Danner. I get a chance to teach at the University of California, Berkeley, and Princeton University. I've written a couple of best-selling books on entrepreneurial success and failure. I advise organizations and startups around the world. And best of all, I get a chance to talk often with people like you asking that question. What do you want to do about it? Now, you can worry about the status quo, talk about it, argue about it, get mad at it, or maybe you can decide to try to do something about it. Something that would be challenging for your talents, would pose setbacks and failures along the way, but that might just give you an opportunity to be really proud of something that you had helped build, something that's better than the status quo. But what is it about entrepreneurship? Well, entrepreneurs pursue and create business opportunities beyond the resources they control. Most entrepreneurs don't have as much money or time or talent or equipment that they need. They have to convince people who have those resources to join them. They're kind of like farmers, only instead of trying to create value out of seeds and the earth and water and the sun, they try to create market value out of ideas, business models, and occasionally technologies. What all entrepreneurs are doing is trying to create solutions that are better enough than the status quo, that other people, users, customers, and sponsors, will be willing to pay them for it. Now, here's an easy way to think about this entrepreneurial process. Ow, wow, how, pow, and now. Entrepreneurs start by identifying a pain, something that people don't like about the way things are. That's the ow. Then they design their wow, a solution or product or service that is better than the status quo to ease that pain. They figure out the how, what it takes to design and make this solution, get it to market, train people to use it, and do all that so that their revenues at least cover their costs to enable them to stay in business and grow. And to do all that, they probably have to figure out how to sidestep or neutralize their competition. You can think of that as the POW. And finally, they need to decide whether now is the right time to launch their particular venture. Ow, wow, how, pow, and now. So if that's what entrepreneurs do, what is it that social entrepreneurs do? Well, here's the real thing to remember. Every entrepreneur is a social entrepreneur. Every entrepreneurial venture has social impacts, whether it's a nonprofit organization or a for-profit company. How it uses the environment, how it pays people, who they hire, where they locate, how safely they operate, the prices they charge. Those are all social impacts. But the real question is whether those social impacts are positive or negative. And that's where a growing group of innovators and entrepreneurs are focused. How to create solutions that add value in ways that are financially and environmentally sustainable for many people around the world for years to come. Let me close by asking you a second question. Have you ever been asked, What do you want to be or do when you grow up? Maybe by your parents or your friends or teachers, or maybe just yourself. I got a better question for you. Why wait to find out? The Solutionary program is going to give you a chance to see what social impact entrepreneurship is all about, what it takes to design a solution, figure out how to do it, how to get it into the market, how to make it so that people can use it, and how to do all that in a way that allows you to stay in business. Because you're not going to help anybody change any status quo if you're not in business to do it. One thing's for sure, the status quo isn't going to change on its own. Our world needs your ideas, your curiosity, your energy, your courage. But first, you've got to be willing to make mistakes. Keep going. Learn from those mistakes. And you can take your own first step right now as a solutionary. Go for it. Good luck.